Hey playa, have you ever liked someone that not only just didn't like you back, but just straight up hated you? Hate might not be the right word to describe how you think they feel about you, but let's walk through what it looks like if they do potentially hate you and what you can do about it.
This is the Josh Speaks. You're watching the Josh Speaks.
It seems like a lot of things get tossed under the label for hate, but what I would consider true hate is that person despising you so much that they want to rip your head off. But I don't think most people, including your crush, want to do that. So here are a few signs to show you that maybe you're on the road to being hated or even disliked. First off, if your crush's friends are trying to keep you away from talking to your crush, that may be a sign that they don't like you, but it's hard to tell. And the reason for that is you don't really know how much of their actions is what they want for your crush versus what your crush wants for themselves. Let's say you walk up to a group of people that has your crush in it. When you go to talk to them, they tell you to buzz off. Now that doesn't mean that your crush doesn't like you, maybe collectively as a group they don't want you there, but you shouldn't assume the worst. And if the group is just standing in the way of you talking directly to your crush, I would call them out and ask them what's up. If you ask them why they won't let you talk to your crush and you get an answer like they don't think you're cool enough or they know your crush doesn't like you back, tell them, listen, let me talk to them and find out for myself. Either way, if what they're saying is true, it's still better to hear it directly from your crush because then you'll be 100% certain that that's how they feel. So let's say you talk to your crush and they flip out on you or tell you off. That's a clear sign that they hate you, right? Not exactly. Sometimes people are just having bad days and they might just be taking it out on you. It's very easy sometimes to see misdirected anger pointed at us to be all about us, especially if it comes from your crush. But one thing to remember is that when you like someone, you're bound to read more into their behaviors simply because you like them. In fact, if you want to see if their outburst was intentionally directed towards you, try talking to them on a different day to see if they carry those same feelings. Okay, but what if you try to talk to your crush and they just flat out ignore you? That's a clear sign of hate, right? I would still say no. Just because someone isn't paying attention to us in that moment doesn't mean they're always ignoring us. Throughout the day, people have a lot of thoughts running through their minds, so we shouldn't always assume that they're in that present moment listening to us. If you are uncertain about whether or not they're choosing to ignore you, try to be direct about it. Tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, I'm curious what your thoughts are on what I said. From there, they'll either ask you to repeat it, tell you they have no opinion, or say they don't care. But at the end of the day, you'll at least know that they heard you and shared what they felt. One thing I'm not trying to say is that you're always misreading things and that they do actually want to talk to you. I think there are a few instances that might mean that they don't like you. The first one is that they flat out tell you that they don't want to talk to you. If they're coming from a place of level-headedness and just deliver that message honestly and openly, then I think it's a clear sign that you should probably leave them alone. Would I call that hate though? Not exactly, but I do think it's a clear sign to respect their boundaries and to leave them alone if they ask you to. Another sign may be if you do something that's not that cool and they call you out on it. So for example, I've gotten lots of messages from different people saying things like they've taken pictures of their crushes secretly or they tried to secretly go behind their crush's back to end their relationship. If your crush finds out about these things, then I think you've only shot yourself in the foot. You kind of ruined it for yourself, but the best thing to do in that situation is to accept it and move on from them. But perhaps the most damaging way to show that they hate you is by talking bad about you to other people. And I don't mean them saying that you're annoying sometimes. I mean them actually spreading rumors, telling lies, and doing everything they can to hurt your character. That is not a cool thing to do, and I would say it falls along the lines of hate, but there is a clear-cut solution here that I think you can take. Even though you really like this person, if they're so quick to judge others, do you really want to be with someone that says harmful and hurtful things about other people? I think the big takeaway here is that it's so important to find out the details before you draw your conclusions. Try talking to your crush and their friends to find out what's really going on instead of just assuming the worst. What do you think though? Are you not sure if your crush hates you or not? Leave a comment below and we'll talk about it. If you want to learn more about this topic, I've put together a video on 5 reasons why people may not like you. It's more general in nature, but it can still be applicable to your crush situation. Remember, regardless if your crush hates you because of something you did or just because, you can always grow as long as you're willing to work on building your character. I know you have it in you, and I want to help you get there. As always, guys, love and peace.